Yes, sir. I'm back like doggy style. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Bafana mantombazane madoda bafazi. Ha and welcome to the Shabadu Shandapa Shandy's Show. I am your host, John Der, bringing you a brand new episode of some fresh content. Lego! We are on episode 7 of the show, and I want to send a big thank you to everyone who has tuned in so far. And if you haven't, what the hell are you waiting for? Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment where you see it's due, and share the video with your friends, your family, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and everyone else that you love. Yep, I want to start the show by sending a big shout out to Tony Dangler. He is an MC slash rapper slash philosopher. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, go and watch That's Why It's a Show, episode 17 to be specific. The homie went there and represented PMP very well. So remember the name, Tony Dangler. Where should I start? Floyd Shivambu has been sacked as the MK Party's Secretary General. Ousted MK Party Secretary General Floyd Shivambu says he respects the party's leadership decision. The party announced his removal at a media briefing in Durban, citing a violation of its constitution following his recent controversial trip to Malawi to meet fugitive Pastor Shepherd Bushiri. Shivambu will be now deployed to the National Assembly and remain an MK Party member. Staying with political news, but on a sad note, Inkatha Freedom Party's National Council member and Deputy Chief Whip in Parliament, Ketamabala Petros Sithole, was gunned down in Katlehong on Saturday, 31 May, by unknown assailants. It is understood he was part of a meeting at the Buyafuthi hostel where 3 unidentified men opened fire on the group. 2 other people were shot and wounded and are still in hospital. The motive of the attack remains unknown. 2 suspects have been arrested in connection with the murder. Following the incident, a task team was established to probe the shooting. It's understood that the suspects will appear in the Palm Ridge Magistrates Courts on Thursday. Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Nongceba Mhlawuli, said over 76,000 employment opportunities were created in the 4th quarter of last year under the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative. It is a multi-sector action plan aimed at addressing the youth unemployment crisis in South Africa. It is a scheme which was launched in 2020 by President Cyril Ramaphosa to tackle South Africa's youth unemployment crisis. The program has connected thousands of unemployed youth to economic opportunities. 60,444 employment opportunities were created through the SA Youth platform, as well as 16,125 were created through the Employment Services of South Africa. What else? Statistics South Africa has released their General Household Survey for 2024, and these are their findings. They have found that rapid urbanization is impacting on service delivery. The latest survey shows half of the country has come in basic delivery services like clean water and healthcare, as well as where the country is falling short. At least 8 out of 10 South African households now live in formal dwellings with consistent access to clean water and electricity. That's according to the 2024 General Household Survey, which is a measure of the quality of life and access to basic services. In 2024, 73.1% of household members first consulted personnel at a public clinic or hospital, while 25.3% turned to the private sector. The percentage of youth aged 15 to 24 that benefited from social grants decreased sharply after age 17, dropping from 59.9% to 9.9%. In 2024, 4 in 10 households, which is 40%, relied on social grants, up from 31% in 2019. Nearly a quarter of households consider social grants as their main source of income. The household survey shows over 22% of households nationwide consider their access to food as inadequate or severely inadequate. Ezibuhlungu azipheli, and the recent spike in the cases of gender-based violence is very disturbing. 20-year-old Buhlebenkosi Makanda was shot and killed. Her body was dumped in Standerton, Mpumalanga. She went missing on Saturday evening, and her lifeless body was discovered near a grave site on Saturday morning. Olerato Mongale is another case of gender-based violence that has grabbed the news headlines recently. Likhona Force is another case of gender-based violence that has grabbed the news headlines recently, as her body was found mutilated. And also Kim White, who was allegedly killed by her husband Alexander Town during a domestic dispute in May in the USA. Hayi kube eMzansi kube kakhulu eSouth Africa. Let's go to international news. 3 Britons accused of smuggling drugs faced a death penalty in Indonesia. The trio accused of smuggling nearly a kilogram of cocaine into Indonesia have been charged in a court on the tourist island of Bali. Convicted drug smugglers in Indonesia are sometimes executed by firing squad. Jonathan Christopher Collier, 28, and Lisa Ellen Stoker, 29, were arrested on February 1 after customs officers halted them at the X-ray machine after finding suspicious items in their luggage disguised as food packages, said prosecutor Made Dipa Umbara. I hope that's how you pronounce it. It contained 993.56 grams of cocaine, worth an estimated 6 billion rupiah, which is equivalent to 272,000 pounds. 2 days later, authorities arrested Phineas Ambrose Float, who is 31 years old, after a controlled delivery set up by police in which the other 2 suspects handed the drug to him in the parking area of a hotel in Denpasar. He is being tried separately. The group successfully smuggled cocaine into Bali on 2 previous occasions before being caught on their 3rd attempt. The panel of 3 judges adjourned the trial until June 10, when the court will hear witness testimony. And so by the time this episode drops, the trio would have appeared in court. In some football transfer news, Manchester City have agreed a £46.3 million deal with AC Milan for midfielder Tijani Reinders. The Netherlands international is set to sign a 5-year deal at the club. AC Milan are also considering a move for Luka Modric, who is due to leave Real Madrid imminently. He turns 40 in September. Saudi club Al Hilal are looking to sign Victor Osimhen, Theo Hernandez, and Atalanta midfielder Ederson. AC Milan are also having a look at Andrea Cambiaso, who has been a target for Manchester City. Rafael Leao is considered not for sale, who is a target for Bayern Munich, unless an offer of around €130 million arrive for the Portuguese international. Brentford have signed Kevin Kelleher from Liverpool. The initial price is £12.5 million guaranteed, but it can rise to £18 million. He is a player Brentford have been tracking for a long time. He is only 26 years old. Brentford have just sold their goalkeeper Mark Flecken to Bayer Leverkusen for £11 million. Manchester United are expected to approach Brentford for Brian Mbeumo to sign for the club. Brentford are demanding £60 million for their top scorer last season. He turns 26 years old in August. Newcastle United are interested in signing Brighton forward João Pedro. With Callum Wilson's contract coming to an end at the end of the month, There are no guarantees that he will sign an extension. He is 33 years of age. Chelsea are in talks with AC Milan to sign goalkeeper Mike Maignan. Simone Inzaghi is leaving Inter Milan and is moving to Saudi club Al Hilal. This comes after losing the Serie A title to Napoli on the last day of matches and also losing 5-0 to PSG in the UEFA Champions League final. In music news, considered as one of the GOATs in hip-hop/rap, Lil Wayne has released his brand new album titled The Carter 6. Kanye West, or Ye, has released a brand new album titled Donda 2. Daylight has released a brand new single titled World is Born. Umesh Beats has released a brand new project titled The Secret Frequency. And Nasty C has released a brand new single titled Soft and does feature Usmamane. Fun fact, fun fact, fun fact. Australia is wider than the moon. The moon sits at 3,400 kilometers, which is equivalent to 2,113 miles in diameter, while Australia's diameter from east to west is almost 4,000 kilometers, which is equivalent to 2,485 miles. And the source of this fun fact is We Are Teachers. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Bafana Mantombazane Madoda Bafazi, we have come to the end of the episode of the Shabadu Shandapa Shandy's show. I am your host, John Der, and I'll surely say I had fun on this episode. And I hope you did too. And if you did have fun and you are not capping, please subscribe to the channel, comment if you see it's due, leave a like to the video, and share it with your friends, your family, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your family, and everyone else that you love. 3K.